SOE-GBT Clacc, man, and I'm back with another reaction video. It's Reactions TV. I just was clicking through YouTube, bro, and I was like, damn, what the fuck? Hey, the world crazy right now, bro. Trying to tell y'all gotta be careful out here every time y'all step up out the door, wake up in the morning, you hear me? So, no matter who it is, your brother, cousin, sister, son, mama, daddy, stranger, friend, basketball coach, watch yourselves, man, motherfuckers. Sure. Damn, boy. Y'all see the title? Hey, whoa, the fuck? Shit. Hey, before we get into the video, man, for the new ones, hit that subscribe button, man. If you ain't new to the channel, hit the like button. Or you can just wait to the end and see how you like the video to like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What the fuck? It's crazy. But yeah, man. Had a little birthdays. Had the best birthday I had in a long time, I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? Just chilling, you know what I'm saying? To be alone, like really not even just alone, but you know, I've been around so many people, you know, it's like, yeah. Let me know y'all like being around a lot of people on y'all birthdays. Let me know in the comments. I know I don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna invite a couple, but I ain't gonna invite too many. You know what I'm saying? I never just been that type of person being comfortable around a bunch of people like that, you know. Let's get into the video though, man.
Single night.
Please send someone, please. I want to kill my family.
Someone killed your family?
Somebody killed my came home, my family's dead.
And the killer wasn't a stranger.
He knew all three of them longer than he knew me.
He was family.
Some people that say that you might have had something to do with it.
I don't have anything to do with my own cousin.
They had laughed together. They had traveled together. They even shared the same roof. But behind closed doors, something was brewing. Something no one saw coming.
He's like, I've killed 3 people. You don't think I'll kill you too? If you ever call me you betray again, I'm going to kill you.
Today, we unravel the story of a betrayal so deep, it shattered an entire...
Hold on, go back. He said what?
Something was brewing. Something no one saw coming.
He's like, I've killed 3 people. You don't think I'll kill you too? If you ever call me you betray again, I'm going to kill you.
Today, we unravel the story of a betrayal so deep, it shattered an entire town.
I don't know if he's looking at me, thinking I'm looking at him or what, but he starts walking towards my car, just like he knows me, just walking straight towards my car. And I'm like, oh crap, this guy's walking towards me.
Welcome to the channel. If you think you know betrayal, think again. Let's get into it. It was January 4th, 2016. Columbus, Georgia woke up cold and quiet that morning. But for Robert Short, it's been a long night. He was just getting off work. He'd spent 21 years in the military, working as a nurse. After retiring, he settled into a quiet suburban life, picked up a job at a local hospital, and worked the night shift. That morning, like every other morning, he clocked out exactly at 7:15 a.m. By 7:20, he was pulling out of the parking lot, heading home. It was a short drive, just a few turns on a couple of sleepy streets. But the second Robert rolled into his driveway, something felt wrong. The garage door, wide open. Robert's stomach dropped. He threw the car in park and rushed inside. What he saw in there, no man could ever prepare for it. Inside that house, a nightmare was waiting. Somehow, Robert found the strength to grab his phone and call for help.
911 was added to the direction.
Hold on. I'm back. My fault.
Please send someone, please. I want to kill my family.
Someone took your family?
Somebody killed my came home, my family's dead. My wife, my son, my granddaughter's dead.
Hold on.
The 911 dispatcher could barely make sense of his words. Robert was trying to explain, trying to get it out fast.
The apartment or a resident?
Resident.
Resident. What's your name?
My name is Robert George. I checked up on these notebooks, they've been beaten.
Within minutes, police cruisers were tearing down his street through the morning air. Columbus wasn't going to stay quiet much longer. Something terrible had happened in that suburban home, and nothing about it was simple. Officers rolled up to the house in Upatoy. The garage door was wide open, and Robert Short was sitting outside the house. Before the investigators could go through the crime scene, the first responders needed to clear the house. They moved through the house room by room, clearing it like they've done 100 times before.
When we're in the house, we kind of made a line so that we all were in line clearing the house.
I got you.
They cleared the kitchen and moved on to the living room. But what they found inside, well, nothing could have prepared them for it. Just inside the house, they spotted them. 2 victims, sprawled out on the floor, blood all around them.
Where I saw 2 victims lying on the ground, blood all around them, and you could tell that they were deceased.
From where he stood, it was clear. They were gone. They pressed forward. They made it to the master bedroom. There, in the walk-in closet, they found someone else. A young man lying bound with tape, crumpled on the floor. One of the officers pointed to an open window.
You got an open window right there. Yeah, let's back out.
Maybe that's how the killer got in, or maybe how they slipped out. Either way, one thing was clear. EMTs weren't needed anymore. This wasn't a rescue mission. It was a crime scene now. First responders also noticed that the front door was locked from the inside.
That door was locked.
Yeah. I think that window over there is broke, though.
Had the attacker entered and left through the open bedroom window?
I'm going to use this door. We're making a note that door was locked. Okay. I got it recorded anyway, sorry.
After clearing the house, the first responders handed the charge to the homicide investigators. Detective Alan Malone showed up not long after. He pulled Robert Short aside, trying to piece together who was who in this nightmare. Robert, still shaking, identified them all. His wife, Gloria Short, she was 54. His son, Caleb, only 17. And little Gianna, Gigi, as they called her, only 10 years old.
I'm sick of you niggas right now, bro. You killing all these little ass girls, man. Killing girls that's innocent and shit, man. Damn, man. That shit wild, bro, to me. Bro, this shit wild, bro. I swear. I'm about to get ready to jump back on the porch. Niggas killing little girls. They don't, oh, shit. I might need to go on the ground. Babe, I feel about to go on the ground. We about to build a bunker on niggas. Get in my shit. Oh, what's over with? Fuck that. All the time we coming out, nigga. We ain't coming out. I better have somebody that gonna come out for me. Fuck that. Yeah, nah. Go with. I put my money into a motherfucker underground bunker on y'all ass. Secret bunker. That's
3 generations wiped out.
My secret bunker mission. So fuck you.
The house was big.
You niggas is getting too crazy. You niggas is getting too crazy, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, cause this shit crazy. Niggas Mad at niggas that want to take care of his family and shit, but still hang around niggas that snitch and respect snitch ass, bitch ass niggas and shit. I'm straight on you niggas. I'm straight on you niggas. Mad because I ain't chilling around you niggas. I'm straight. Look, chilling. I'm chilling. I got my family. I'm chilling. I ain't.
Gonna
chilling.
take a long time to gather everything the investigators needed, but the signs were already loud and clear. This wasn't just a robbery gone wrong. It felt personal. Gloria's body was found down the hallway. Gigi was lying in the living room. It was hard to look at her. The officers noticed she was wrapped up in blue painter's tape and duct tape, like someone had gone out of their way to silence her. Next to her, a 20-pound dumbbell, slick with blood. They figured the killer had used it on her. Brutal, especially for a little girl. Caleb was found in the closet, still bound. His socks had little bits of grass stuck to them, telling detectives he had been outside before ending up back inside. They followed that trail of clues right out into the backyard, where scraps of duct tape were scattered like breadcrumbs. And somewhere out there, the monster who did this was still walking free. The same day, on January 4th, 2016, detectives brought Robert Short down to the station.
Bro, you beat the girl with a dumbbell, bro. You could have... Shit. Bro, he beat a little girl with a... Boy, I swear to God, if he get in prison, boy, you niggas don't fuck him up, boy. I swear to God. Come on now. You niggas can't be no real niggas then, cuz. Y'all let this nigga... Come on now. No fucking way. That nigga beat a little girl, a 10-year-old little girl, with a dumbbell for nothing, cuz. 10-year-old little girl with a dumbbell for nothing. If y'all don't beat that nigga with the microwave in that bitch, bro, it might be bolted down, unbolt that bitch. Y'all niggas know how to... Come on now. I know how I get... I done been there. I know what you niggas on. I already know what's going on in there. You ain't playing me for no fool. I've been in there already. I ain't one of these niggas out here. Now they finding out. A lot of these niggas now they finding out. They coming in there now with y'all. So now they finding out at 29, 28, 30 some years old. You feel me? Now they just finding out. But it's cool. I already know what y'all niggas on, and I've been in there. So when he get in there, y'all better fuck him up, nigga. For real. Fuck wrong with niggas,
Even though he was the one who called...
He beat a 10-year-old little girl with a motherfucker, man. Come on now, bro. Bro, he beat a 10-year-old little girl with a dumbbell, bro. Bro, if y'all don't cripple that nigga in there or something, bro, man, look. Look, bro, come on now. Come on, cuz. Shit, he lucky he ain't where I live at, nigga, and did some shit like that. I'll be hunting his ass down my goddamn self. Fuck you talking about, fuck the police. I'll be hunting him down my damn self. Because you killed the 10-year-old little girl with a dumbbell, nigga.
.911, they couldn't just let that slide. Protocol is protocol, and sometimes the person on the phone isn't always the innocent one. With all the evidence piling up, they had to take a closer look at him. At this point, the investigators weren't just going through the motions. They were looking for cuts, scratches, anything that might tie Robert physically to the brutal scene back at the house. They needed to know if the killer might have walked into their interview room wearing the face of a grieving husband and father.
I know it's a difficult time for you. I'll just try to ask you a couple questions about, try to recap to what occurred from the time that you got home today. Could you please just walk me through tell me what occurred?
Robert's voice was shaky but steady enough to paint the picture. Every word he said, every pause he took, the detectives were listening hard, trying to figure out if grief was the only thing in his voice, or if guilt was hiding somewhere underneath it.
I was driving to the house and I saw the garage door up. The car was on. First I thought my wife went to a hair salon, but then I saw my other car was in the driveway. It was gone.
What car is that?
2004 GMC Envoy.
What color is it?
It's green. We have been driving it for a while because the brakes are bad. My wife been driving a Volkswagen Beetle, which was in the garage. It was gone.
What year is that Volkswagen?
It's 2014.
What color is it?
It's silver.
The detective wanted him to tell it like it just happened, like he was still standing there in the driveway.
The garage was open, the attic door was hanging down, lights on in the attic. And I knew then something was wrong because my wife's haircut was outside and where the car was supposed to be parked, and I saw some blood, some arrows from the attic, bow arrows was laying there by the door. And I know something was wrong, so because nobody opened the attic with me. And the door was open, the back door was open.
The back door was open?
It was open, yeah.
And when you say the back door, what door are you talking about?
When you go through the garage, the door goes to the kitchen.
The garage door?
Garage door.
Okay.
The garage door was open up, but the door to the house.
Okay.
Back door, the side door.
Okay. So it was wide open when you got there?
It was open, it was ajar.
Every little detail Robert shared, the detectives locked it away. Open doors, missing car, blood by the attic. It wasn't just a story they were hearing. It was a timeline, and they needed to find out if it was the truth or a carefully rehearsed lie.
So I went in. My wife was laying in the hallway, face down, and stuff was scattered everywhere. And I checked the pulse, and no pulse.
Now, when you say you check the pulse, where do you check the pulse at? Carotid order.
And I saw my granddaughter laying in the living room, face up, and I checked her pulse, and she was cold. And I started running through the house looking for my son, calling his name. He went in his room. So I ran back out to my room and found him in my bedroom closet, tied up.
Take your time.
Robert's voice cracked a little as he tried to explain himself. The detective stayed patient, letting him get his story out bit by bit.
I didn't check the house no further than that. I came back out and then went back in and checked him again.
So you say you came back out?
I came back out to my wife and then I went back and checked on him, and I couldn't get to wake up. Then I started trying to call 911. I haven't taken a couple of minutes to call 911 because I was also.
Detective Malone softened his tone a bit. He needed Robert to stay focused. Every detail mattered now.
But damn, what about the little girl? He ain't thought about the little girl yet, though. That's the.
Now, with your son, did you check his pulse also?
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned that your granddaughter, you check her pulse?
Yeah.
His answers were short, almost mechanical, like he was stuck replaying the nightmare over and over in his head. Detective Malone moved carefully now.
Hold on. Did he say? Hold on, my fault. I missed it.
Then I started trying. Went back.
My fault, y'all. We going back. I missed it.
Found him in my bedroom.
Fully rehearsed lie.
So I went in. My wife was laying in the hallway, face down, and stuff was scattered everywhere. And I checked the pulse, and no pulse.
Now, when you say you check the pulse, where do you check the pulse at? Carotid order.
And I saw my granddaughter laying in the living room, face up.
Okay. Okay.
I checked her pulse, and she was cold. And I started running through the house looking for my son, calling his name.
Malone moved carefully now, giving Robert a little space. He knew he was grieving, but he also knew he couldn't afford to overlook anything. Robert came in for a follow-up interview the next day. He looked more composed this time. He sat down, folded his hands, and started going over everything again. Same timeline, same routine.
So I understand on that particular day what occurred from the time you got up, left the house, went to work, so on and so on, came back home from the following day before to now.
The time I got up, I don't get up I get up at 5:40. When I work at night, that's most of the morning, and I go to sleep around noon. So I get up at 5:40.
Yes.
And go straight to work. So I get up at 5:40 and all I do is get dressed and go straight to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. I got up and got dressed. When I get up, I didn't see Kayla. I get Kayla was in this room. There's always no pain games or something, but I did see and I saw Shamika, her mother, and wife. That's all in the living room.
Just to clarify, what day are you referring to? What particular day? It's January the what?
It would be the 3rd Sunday.
Okay.
So I worked Saturday night and I worked Sunday. Sunday night was my last night. I still went to work. That's what I normally do. It takes me 20, 25 minutes to get to work in some traffic. And I was there, work on 7 to 7, worked all night, and we were there to change the shift between 6:45 and 7:15. We didn't really have any patient in ICU where I worked at, so I had me on the other floors. But no change of shift. Sometimes we just hang out and socialize a bit, talk about different things with the oncoming shift, which what we did. I think I looked at the clock, it was 7:20, so me and Mary, the person who worked that night, we walked out the parking lot together and drove home. When I got home, went through the driveway, I noticed the garage door was open, and both the cars were gone.
Inside the house, it was even worse. All 3 of them were dead. He didn't stick around. He panicked, ran through the garage, and called 911 from outside. At this point in the interview, Detective Malone started pushing a little, trying to pull at the edges of what Robert remembered, or maybe what he hadn't noticed the first time.
The attic door was hanging down, open, like the light was on, and some arrows were laying out in the garage. I'm looking in the attic. My wife's cat was laying in the middle of the garage. And when I started walking up there, I thought, I knew something was wrong right away when I both cars on it.
Girl, boy, nigga did her wrong, boy. He could have just tied her up and duct taped her mouth shut.
Rushed in there. And I found her in the hallway. And I started calling her name, and she was on her face. She was face down. And I checked her. She wasn't responding at all.
Can you clarify what you mean when you checked?
I shook her, and I tried to check her pulse, and she was laying down, and she was cold, and I saw right away. I saw to check her, and she was face up, and she was cold too, and checked her pulse right there, go right pulse, and I couldn't feel nothing, and I started screaming and yelling for Caleb. I ran back to his bedroom. He wasn't in there. And I ran back. I come back through the house. I ran back over again and went into our bedroom. And I saw Caleb. The closet door was open. I walked in, called it, saw him laying there. And I checked his pulse. He went, sort of hysterically at that time. I ran back to Caleb and started yelling his name. And I had my phone. Started calling 911. I was shaking so hard, it took me a couple of times to get through it. Outside calling, and then go back in the house.
You say you went outside. What door did you go out?
I got the back door, garage door.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I was calling people. I was trying to call Shamika first, and she wasn't answering at first. Yes, she never did answer. Then I called my brother, and that's why the police came.
Did at any time that you look around the residence, checking other rooms, see if anything was missing?
And go back in the house.
You never go back in the house?
No, I wouldn't notice anything was missing or not. I wasn't concerned with anything missing at the time. I was concerned about them.
Anything stand out to you that seemed out of the ordinary? Out of place? Like anything was moved or disturbed?
I just recall a lot of stuff on the floor, but I can't recall what it was. Something I can't remember. It was a ceramic bowl. It was like a round color bowl. That's one thing I can recall, but there's more than that on the floor. Though. It was all this stuff scattered on the floor.
Where is that bowl normally located at that you're referring to?
Normally located in the pantry.
It shouldn't have been out like that. Then Detective Malone changed the questions again, this time toward weightlifting gear.
Did you own any weightlifting equipment?
Some dumbbells.
Some dumbbells? Okay, how many of them you own?
I had two gray dumbbells. That was the plastic dumbbells with the sand. There's the sand inside of it. We had two of those. We had those for a long time. Just recently, last year before I bought.
The conversation steered toward his military background. Robert painted a picture of a steady, disciplined life, one built around service, family, and medicine. Detective Malone was looking for cracks or hidden tensions, but Robert's answers stayed firm.
We'll describe them that way. You didn't have any problems with anybody? I know I've asked you this already, but I'll ask you again. Do you think did you have any issues with anybody at school?
No, I know. I think he was safe. He didn't have any issues on that.
Okay. Did you or your wife have any problems with anybody? Anybody was mad at you, upset at you?
No.
Caleb and Gloria both had small policies, but Robert's own policy was bigger, over $400,000. So if Robert isn't the killer, Detective Malone knew he needs to widen his suspect pool. With 2 vehicles stolen from the scene, he knew right away they were dealing with more than one suspect, and despite keenly looking into Robert Short, they couldn't find any accomplice working with him. Finally, there was a break. One of the stolen cars had a GPS tracker. The signal leads them straight to Oakland Park. There, they found both missing vehicles sitting side by side. Investigators moved fast. They started processing both cars, but there wasn't any word yet if they had any suspects or made any arrests. After snapping pictures of everything, they had the vehicles towed to the crime scene unit's processing bay. That's where things got interesting. As soon as they hit the armrest, steering wheel, and gear shift with luminol, the car lit up. Blood clear as day. They swabbed the touch points and sent the samples off for DNA testing, hoping it would bring them closer to whoever was behind this. But before the DNA results came in, another break. And this one picked up the pace in a big way. A woman called Columbus police saying her son might be involved in the car theft. Officers went straight to her house to get the full story.
He said that he was with a friend. What's the friend's name?
All I know is
Weta?
And Weta and some other boy. Another boy name. Yeah.
And he said they went to the house? And
I don't know what house. They came back with some stuff.
Where's the stuff?
That boy came back driving the car, my child vehicle.
Okay.
Whatever they find in Oakland Park.
After talking with her, police brought in her son, Raheem Gibson, for questioning. He didn't seem to know much, or at least he acted like he didn't. Before diving deeper, officers needed some basic information from Raheem. After getting the basics, the conversation moved to Raheem's day-to-day life.
How long you guys been dating?
About a year.
A year? Okay. You have any kids?
One.
It's a handful, isn't it? Okay. You working anywhere?
No.
Okay. What do you do all day? Be a daddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
At that point, the detective read Raheem his rights before moving any further. The officer wanted to know what Raheem's inner circle really was.
What about your friends? Who you normally hang out with?
This boy named Javarcia.
Javarcia, that's your closest friend? Is that his real name, or that's just what you call him?
That's his real name.
The real name? Okay. And who's Weta?
Javarcia.
Javarcia is Weta. Okay. Okay.
Investigators were still piecing it all together, but they knew who Javarcia Tapley was. In fact, he had already sat down for an interview after the murders. At the time, Javarcia came off like any concerned relative, giving them the impression that his cousin Caleb was just a regular sweet kid.
Tell me about Caleb. Who is he to you, first of all?
My cousin.
What type of kid was Caleb?
Caleb, now his mouth can be a little, but Caleb was the sweetest kid you'll ever meet, sir. The sweetest kid.
Oh, yeah, he was real sweet.
He'll never harm anybody else. Of course, everybody talk a little snacky every now and then. I do it myself. I'm pretty sure you do it from time to time, but any other than that, Caleb didn't have no problems with anybody, not that I know of.
But with Raheem Gibson now talking, the pieces were starting to look very different.
Basically, I was his only kind of brother figure in his life.
Right.
And he was kind of on your mind because me and him used to go on vacations and I went out there with stuff like that.
They were tight. It all made sense to Detective Malone at the time. Nothing about it threw up any red flags. Still, there was a part that stuck. A small thing.
Like I was telling him, I didn't know too much about Caleb's social life. All I knew is when I come out there, it would just be me, him, and his friends.
Right.
It's not like with your homeboys at high school. You know, y'all sit around, joke around, play basketball, talk about girls, and that's what we do. That's what we do.
Right.
Nothing that seemed worth digging into at the time, but now that casual circle of friends was starting to look a lot less harmless. Because now, Raheem wasn't just hinting, he was laying it out, one ugly detail at a time.
So let's just start off on Sunday. Where did you wake up January 3rd? Where did you sleep that morning?
I was at my house.
Okay. And what was the first time that you left that house, or just describe your day?
I was just sitting at the house, watched TV with my girlfriend, playing with my baby.
Okay.
And he texted me and said, come over.
When you say he, I'm sorry, who's that?
Javarcier.
Okay, Javarcier.
Javarcier wanted Raheem to come over, and this wasn't just a one-off thing either. It sounded like a regular part of their lives.
So Javarcier texted you. Do you happen to remember what time?
12 p.m.
Okay. And when you said, what did he text you?
He said, come to my house.
Okay. So Javarcier texted you, and you walk there, and you walk from Jones to
Jones.
Okay. And you say, how long does that take you roughly?
An hour and 45.
Okay. Have you done this before? I take it.
I do it like every weekend. Every
Okay.
weekend.
And if you had a guess, do you think what? If you said it takes you an hour and 40, so you're there by roughly 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. And who's all at the house again on Calhoun?
When I got there, it was just his granddad.
Okay. You get there, and describe how long you there for?
About 2 hours.
By the time he showed up at the house, it was just him and Javarcier's grandfather inside.
Are you guys talking about anything, or what are you guys doing for these 2 hours?
They was talking about going to his cousin's house.
Okay. And now when you say cousin, like I said, I just want to start from the very beginning.
Caleb.
You don't have a nickname for him. He just says, okay. Has he ever mentioned Caleb before?
No, just when he used to go out there.
And what did he say about him? Anything? Or did he like him? Or?
Yeah, he said he liked him.
2 hours later, so we're roughly, you think at 4 o'clock now?
4 or 5.
Okay, 4 to 5.
But as Raheem sat there, those hours started to turn into something way more serious.
What happens at 5 o'clock? Where do you guys go next?
Just walking around Benning Hills.
Okay. Now, are you talking to anybody while you're in Benning Hills?
Just him.
I mean, on your phone?
No.
Okay. And is he talking to anybody?
No. Quez.
Okay. Is it Doug Quez or Quez? Quez. Okay. And so he's got to live close to.
Yeah.
You don't know what street though?
No.
Okay. Okay. So when do you finally meet up with Quez?
On the other side of Javarcier's hill.
Okay. It's Calhoun.
It's like a double hill. He's still on this side. We met him on the other side with Benning Drive at.
Quez lived somewhere around there. Raheem mentioned this wasn't his first time seeing Quez.
Well, he lives around there. Okay, so Quez. This is your first time you're meeting Quez?
Yeah, no.
Okay. When have
I've
you
seen him around.
You've seen him around?
Hanging with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have his number in your phone?
No.
Okay. And you described Quez as how tall?
About a little shorter than me, but not that much.
Okay. And his hair?
Fro.
But short afro.
Short.
Short is what, 2 inches?
Yeah, 2 inches.
Okay. Dark skin, light skin?
Light.
Okay. Does he have any tattoos, visible tattoos?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Do you know what school Quez went to?
Spencer, I guess, because they stay near each other.
Okay.
That's on.
How old, if you had to guess, how old is Quez?
16, 17.
Okay.
The detective nudged Raheem to keep going, eager to lock down the timeline.
You guys meet up in Benning Hills and tell me what happens next.
He says we're gonna walk to Caleb out.
Okay. Now is Quez asking, saying, "Where the hell we going, man? This is kind of far."
Yeah.
what's Wade saying?
He just said we're going to Caleb out.
Okay. Is it getting dark yet?
Yeah, it was dark by then, but
Okay.
I was down on Lincoln Road.
Okay.
Now, things were starting to fall into place for the investigators.
So here we are. We're at the house. Does he give you a plan, or what's Wade telling you? Does he give you a role?
No, he just says he ain't gonna tell who I am when he first comes to the door. So y'all just stand on the side.
Okay. But backing up, what did you say you saw in the driveway?
Basketball goal.
Okay, basketball. Was there any vehicles in the driveway at this time?
Yes.
Okay. What vehicle was in the driveway?
The truck.
Okay, when you say truck, you know what color the truck was?
Black.
Okay. Truck as in like it had an open part in the back or an SUV?
SUV.
Okay.
Closed.
Okay.
The detective pushed him to explain every little move from that chaotic night. There was no room for shortcuts anymore.
Yeah, I can see mistakenly, like he mistook the color for black. It was dark green. If it ain't a light color green or a highlighter green, yeah, I can understand that. It's a dark green for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so now you guys are at the front door, and he tells you what again?
To go inside the house because he's not gonna come out if you see 3 people.
Okay. And so you and Quez are waiting at the side of the house. What are you guys talking about when you're on the side of the house? Seriously, I mean, you're probably like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me in your own words. What did he say to you?
I said, what are we doing? He said, just be quiet and wait for him. And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Then when he came to the door, he snatched him, and I just...
Well, I mean, you say snatch. Just tell me, like, real simple terms. Did you see him put his hands on?
No. I just guess he snatched him because when I heard it, then I came around the corner.
Okay, now is the front door closed when you come around the front?
I never came. I came to the front of the corner.
Okay. I understand.
And then I looked. He had him in the front of the yard on the ground.
And so when you say he's on the ground, who's on the ground?
Javarsi and Caleb.
Okay, are they fighting?
No, he was just holding him on the ground.
Okay, who's on top?
Javarsi.
Okay, so Javarsi is physically just holding down, or has he got his knees on him, or how would you describe it?
Got it. Holding his hands on.
Okay.
Holding his hands behind him.
Okay.
Javarsier had both of Caleb's arms twisted behind his back, keeping him firmly pressed to the ground. No yelling, no wrestling, just this heavy, terrifying stillness.
Is he asking you to help him, or how does that work?
He asked me to help him. I said, no. Mm-hmm. And I just stood in the bush and sat down. Then the other boy helped him. They tied him up. I started shaking.
Okay. When you say tie him up, I think rope, but what did they tie him up with? Okay. There's all kinds of tape. What color was the tape?
I guess duct tape because it was gray.
Okay, so you're saying duct tape because it's gray or silver. Would you say silver or gray? Yeah. Gray, silver, but it's shiny. Okay. When he ties him up, what hands or what part? Can you show me?
Tied him up like this.
Okay. So his hands are like this?
No, like this.
Okay, like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other tape, or he just tapes them all the way around like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raheem stayed crouched in the bushes, trying to stay hidden as Caleb was walked past him.
So what's he saying to him at this time?
He just kept on saying,
Caleb is saying this?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, what's Caleb saying? He's got to be saying...
And he was just like, why? You better be playing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was sitting in bushes, I seen him walk past with him.
Okay. Now, is he dragging Caleb, or I mean,
he's walking him?
Okay, he's walking him. Okay, and what's he saying to him?
Telling him to be quiet.
Okay. Guida and him, they go inside the house.
And
Quest. Okay, and you stay outside. Did they tell you stay here, be the lookout, or why do you stay outside?
I didn't want anything to do with that.
Okay. Did they ask you to come in?
Yeah, they kept on telling me come on. I kept on saying I don't want nothing to do with it. That's not what I came out for.
Okay. If I had asked you what you did go there for, what would you say?
He said to go see what he got for Christmas.
Okay.
Outside in the cold, Raheem stayed put, while everything happened just beyond the front door.
So you're in the bushes. Do you see anybody drive by?
No.
Okay, so you don't see any lights or anything?
No.
Okay. How long were they inside the house for?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. What do you hear? You hear any noises? You don't hear anybody screaming?
No.
You don't hear anything? Okay.
Time dragged until finally the door opened again, and someone snapped Raheem back into the moment. After what felt like an eternity, Quez finally came out.
So 30 minutes, and then what's the next thing someone contacts you? What happens?
Well, Quez came, he said, come on to the girl. I said, what y'all do? He didn't say nothing. And then when I was getting in the car, George came out. He said he'll be right behind us. He could get more stuff.
Okay. Okay, so now you walk to the garage, correct? Okay, now how do you know to be the driver or the passenger?
I wasn't going to be the driver.
Okay.
But I was the passenger.
Okay. And I'm not trying to put words, but I mean, are you helping them put things in the trunk or?
No, everything was already in.
Okay, so everything was already in. Okay. What did you see that was in the vehicle?
Boxes of shoes.
Okay. Do you know any brand names of shoes or? Jordans. Any other? Nikes. What else? TVs, PlayStations.
No, I didn't see nothing.
No TVs.
No.
So they were there just to get, was it jewelry, clothing?